You think you know what we're capable of? You have no idea. Welcome to Legends of Gotham, where we talk about Fox's hit series Gotham, set in the world of Batman. It's exactly 1 month since the last time we talked to you.
That's
Yeah,
random.
to like, what's that?
So set up weird.
I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm Anne-Marie DeSimone. And
Yes.
I'm judging him.
That's fine. That's fine. We just a fair word of warning right here at the top of the show and everything. We're both a little under the weather, have a little bit of a sinusy, pollen-y kind of stuff. It's
And we're drinking.
Yes, but we're drinking because it's a spoiler party.
You always
right?
drink with a spoiler party.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with what we do over on Greetings from Storybrooke for a spoiler party, basically we just go through all of the news that has come out over the hiatus, every little piece of news that struck, and it gets more spoilery as it goes. So if you hear something that you're like, oh, that's might be a little too spoilery for me, you can always feel free to shut off the podcast, but we hope you don't. But to maybe give you guys a little incentive to stick around, we're going to go ahead and start here and play you a little. If you guys have heard of a guy named John Stevens, he's the
You may have heard of him.
Yeah, little guy. He's the executive producer of Gotham. He's also a children's author. He's worked for Gilmore Girls, among a lot of other like high profile shows, and doing a great job with Gotham. But he went ahead and called in to give us a little preview clip, a little teaser for what we can expect in the final few episodes. And this is his Twitter account, by the way, if you want to follow him, at John R. Stevens. He's a good follow. So
Good peeps. Good
here,
peeps.
John, take it away.
Hi, Bill. This is John Stevens from Gotham.
Hello.
So we're about to, Monday night, I guess, launch into like the final run of episodes for the season. And the one word I have is insanity. A lot happens and a lot of chickens come home to roost at the end of the season. What can I tease without giving too much away? This is really the tricky line you always have to walk. Jim Gordon goes after a serial killer in a way that will have repercussions for him all through next season in a really devastating way. A couple of our characters will cross lines that they have never before crossed, and which will, again, have repercussions for them through the entire run of the series. And both of those scenes you do not want to miss. Bruce will turn his investigative eye towards his own family, and not just his family's company, in a way that opens up something that we have, that fans of the Batman myth will recognize. We'll get to see new characters come from the canon that will everyone will know. And what else happens? And then it all ends in a wildly explosive way by the end of the season. I realize that's a lot of teasing and not a lot of actual information, so I apologize. But I don't want to lessen anybody's, enjoyment when they actually see the episode. Okay, hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks. Bye-bye.
That was just enough, and sorry for the theme music there. Just enough to get me excited.
I know, to get you super excited for next week.
Like some things I heard in there. I heard, and this is all just speculation. I don't know anything.
We know nothing.
I heard Bruce Wayne's going to discover the Court of Owls. If you don't know the Court of Owls from the comic, they're kind of a secret society that runs Gotham City. This is all speculation. I heard that the ogre that we'll talk about in a little bit here, the serial killer he mentioned, is probably going to end up killing Barbara Keene. I also heard that Bruce Wayne's going to pick up Parcheesi. No, I didn't hear anything like that. But very exciting.
Parcheesi!
No, very exciting teaser stuff, though. Anything stick out to you, Anne-Marie?
I just like there will be repercussions throughout the entire series.
Yeah,
that's the fun part, because that's planning for years and years down the road.
Oh, definitely.
That's exciting.
And just the fact that it seems like some characters are going to be crossing moral lines that they might not have. Just
that moral gray area, man.
Yeah, and we'll actually get a little bit more insight into that once we get into the previews here in a little bit. But okay, so we had a call in from someone who works on Gotham. Drink. We like to call out drinks on the spoiler parties
here.
Yeah,
you need to make that a little lower.
What's that?
Your cup was really full. I was a little nervous for it.
Just a little bit, but it has Batman on it, so it's okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start going through the news stories here. First off, you guys, I'm sure you remember Fish Mooney. I know it's been a while since Gotham was on.
Yeah, it's been about a month. This is Fish Mooney.
Yeah, played by Jada Pinkett Smith. And according to an appearance she made on Live with Kelly and Michael, I guess, not Regis and Kelly anymore.
It hasn't been Regis and Kelly in a long time.
Yeah, but according to an appearance she made on there, she said Fish Mooney probably won't be returning to Gotham for season 2. The exact quote is, "Well, it's not quite over yet, but we'll see if Fish survives the season," the actress told reporters. "It's a little tense from here on out, that's for sure. It's a little rough on Fish from here on out." And then they asked her if she thought the character would return, and she said, "I don't think so. I signed up for a year, and the year's up, but there are some great things coming ahead on Gotham, believe you me." So, yeah, I'd assume she's probably...
she's done.
And I mean, that's what we've been speculating on since, the summer, that Fish would die in the first season.
Right, and we've already passed the episode where we thought Fish was going to die, but then the season got extended. Yeah, and it was kind of obvious that Fish shouldn't have lived past that episode.
Yeah, and they sent her off to the island and everything.
They sent her to an island. So that's a little weird.
Yeah, but I mean, on one hand, I'll be sad to see her go because I really have enjoyed the character, especially kind of once she evened it out around like episode 2 or 3, I think, is when she really kind of like locked into what she was going to do with the character. But so sad to see her go, but I think it'll probably...
I think it's best.
Yeah, and it'll definitely add to the big epic finale that John teased.
Right. I think it'll be really good. And it's going to be nice to open up for some other villains to take a little bit more spotlight.
Yeah, for sure. And I will mention that all of these stories that we're discussing here are available in the show notes for this episode 28, Friday Night Spoiler Party at legendsofgotham.com. Okay, let's see. The next story here. Oh, Bobby's in the chat room. Hi, Bobby. Which, by the way, when we start recording again, we usually record Legends of Gotham every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. EST at live.universebox.com. We have a whole chat going there. We have Andy B. from the Flash podcast, which we'll be talking about a little collaboration here with him in a little bit, and Bobby. So hi guys. Okay, so our next story is, and this is something that's one I always thought was like a no-brainer. Why haven't they done this in the past 30 or 40 or 50 years or whatever? But they finally decided to do it while the guys are still alive. They're going to be doing...
they kind of have to do it while they're alive.
Yeah, but they're going to be doing an animated Batman 66 movie with Adam West and Burt Ward and Julie Newmar all reprising their roles.
Oh, I missed the fact that Julie
in vocal form. So I guess it's probably been brought on because they did the Batman 66 comic book for DC Comics, and it's been repopularizing that version of the character. Actually, they did talk a little bit about it at where was it here? At Mad Monster Party in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here, we'll go ahead and play a little clip of it.
I don't know, our agents are here, whether we can talk about the new Batman movie. We're just...
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I tell them what to do.
Oh. Okay.
It's okay.
But you can look forward to a new animated Batman full-length 90-minute feature coming out on the 50th anniversary. One of possibly 2, but for sure 1, that Adam and I are going to be doing the voices for. And it's...
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and like... so exciting, and I hope they do more than one. That would be awesome.
I think it's hilarious that they emphasize it's animated. It's animated. I'm sorry, I don't see these guys running around in tights anymore. I think we're a little past that prime.
Yeah, Burt Ward's about 2.5 Robins now. But I got a chance actually to interview these guys as part of a press conference at DragonCon a couple years back, and very, very nice, and just so locked into the characters, and so nice to see them. Because, I mean, Adam West historically ran away from the part of Batman for a number of years. And it's great to see them finally, like, re-embracing that character. And I believe both of their characters will be also making an appearance in the Lego Batman movie.
Of course.
That's coming out, too.
Of course. There's always, it's Lego.
The Lego Batman. Have you ever watched much Batman 66, Anne-Marie?
I've seen a few episodes here and there. I don't think I've ever actually...
sat down and watched an entire
voluntarily sat down and watched it.
Yeah, like I actually think maybe sometime we can pick up the Blu-ray set with all once it comes down in price a little bit, with all the remasters episodes, because hopefully they have director's commentaries on there, because there's a lot of there's so much subtle societal commentary in there, and a lot of it's played for big laughs and big brash action. And if you're just looking at it, you're going to think it's a stereotypical comic book thing. But no, it's actually a really smart satire on, 60s subcultures.
Interesting.
And stuff. So yeah, maybe sometime over the summer we can get into a couple of those episodes. That would be fun. And I know we said we were going to do the Batman movies here over this hiatus.
This hiatus that didn't happen. Sorry, guys.
We got a little busy with our our new podcast, Universe Box.
Yes.
Which check it out at universebox.com. Okay, so next up, we're going to take just a brief interruption here in the news, and we figured we'd do a little quiz here. And Anne-Marie, I guess you can go through the questions at the same time.
Okay.
And it's which Gotham character are you? And this is on BuzzFeed. I hate going to BuzzFeed. I did have
I was going to say, shock, it's on BuzzFeed.
I had a browser block set for BuzzFeed I had to turn off for this. Oh, Bobby says, by the way, that the animated 66 comics were awesome. Can't wait to see the animated movie. Yeah, I guess they did some motion comics for those too. Yeah.
Ooh, pardon me.
Okay, so first question here. What Gotham character are you? Choose a deadly sin.
There's a lot of
Gluttony,
options.
vanity, greed, wrath, sloth, lust, envy. There is no such thing as sin, or I try to be good. For me, since I have Chinese food coming after we're done recording the episode, and it's my one cheat day on my diet, I'm going to go ahead and choose gluttony. What do you choose, Anne-Marie?
Envy.
Envy? Okay. Okay, pick a type of goth. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Old school goths. I don't understand goths. Baby bat. Army goth, cyber goth, health goth.
What is health goth?
I don't know what these are. Geeky goth, mall goth, or fetish goth.
Oh gosh.
I'm just gonna say I don't understand goth because
there's way more.
I didn't understand half of those questions at all.
No.
Okay, let's see here.
Order a drink.
Hold on. We should probably go ahead and. I was going to paste the link to the quiz in the chat room so other people can check it out if they want to. Okay,
hi, Scotty.
Order a drink. Whiskey, wine, gin and tonic. I'm too young to drink. Light beer. Whatever gets the job done. Craft cocktail. Just tea, thanks. Or champagne. I'm drinking wine, so I'll choose wine.
Whiskey.
Are you drinking whiskey?
No, but I want to be.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, what's the most iconic Gotham moment so far? Jim getting promoted. Take that, corruption. Harvey outsmarting the spirit of the goat. Fish scooping out her own eye out of spite. Oswald's double agent reveal, Bruce punching that kid in the face, Tommy Elliott, Alfred going all 007 on us, Ed stuffing a locker full of limbs, Victor telling the cops to GTFO, we all know what that means, or Falcone strangling Liza.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Hi,
Scotty in the chat room, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Falcone strangling Liza.
See, I'm actually going to go with Harvey outsmarting the spirit of the goat.
Okay.
Just because that episode, if I was wanting to have the platonic ideal of a Gotham episode, probably Spirit of the Goat would be it. And it's directed by T.J. Scott too, which
that's true.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Which also we have one of his episodes. We have some stuff for coming up too.
That's right.
So okay, pick a yet unseen Batman character. Okay, so
done.
Calendar Man, Batgirl. Ra's al Ghul, Robin, Mr. Freeze, Zatanna, Killer Croc, Harley Quinn, or Bane. That's a tough one. Technically, Robin's kind of been seen if you count the eggs in his mother's womb. So, I'm going to go Batgirl because I just love Batgirl. What did you pick?
Harley.
Nice. Okay, what's your aesthetic? Too old for this, S. Clean cut, dirty but handsome, but also dirty. Nightmare dressed like a sexier nightmare. Cooler than cool. Ice cold. Hot dad. Is green an aesthetic? Such a beautiful disaster. Or ironic suspenders and homicide? I'm going to go with ironic suspenders and homicide.
I'm a beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster. I almost went for hot dad, but then I backed off on that. Okay, what's black and white and red all over? A newspaper. No, wait, that is my aesthetic. I hate riddles. A crime scene, my outlook on life, Holly and Nightshade, a cupcake with a bullet in it, clocks and wine, and the zombies. They're everywhere. I'm going to go a cupcake with a bullet in it.
I'm going
Pour one out for my friend Buddy Ed.
Holly and Nightshade.
All right. Who's the scariest person in Gotham City? Oswald Cobblepot, Dr. Dullmucker. That was Dullmucker.
Dullmucker.
Faceless capitalist oligarchs, that effing Scarecrow, corrupt cops, Victor Zsasz, Carmine Falcone, the abstract concept of chaos, or Fish Mooney. I'm going to go with faceless capitalist oligarchs because that's kind of, 90% of the villains somehow connect back to, the 1%. What about you, Anne Marie?
Zsasz.
Zsasz? It's all about that Zsasz.
Okay. Zsasz. Oh.
Who is the Joker? Jerome, the little kid who picked up the hood, the first Red Hood, back from the grave. One of the other Red Hoods. This comedian, someone we haven't seen yet. We've seen him, but I don't know who he is. More importantly, where's Harley? Oswald is the Joker. Don't be fooled. I'm going with Jerome.
I'm going with the little kid who picked up the hood.
That's fair. That's fair. And I have seen that theory floated around a little bit.
I like that theory a lot.
Okay, let's see. Andy got Alfred Pennyworth, by the way.
That's
Andy
fantastic.
from the Flash podcast.
Scotty got Ed, and Bobby got Mad Hatter.
Excellent. We haven't finished yet.
We're getting there.
Okay, last one, I think. A bird in the hand is worth 9/10 of the law, 2 in the bush, or $20.
2 in the bush.
I'm going to go with $20.
Oh.
I got Harvey Bullock. You've been around the block a few times and aren't surprised by anything the world throws your way. Your particular brand of wisdom may come off as harsh and uncaring, but you always speak from experience. Anyone who can't handle the truth probably can't handle you. So, Anne-Marie, what did you get?
Barbara Keene.
Barbara. Don't be a Barbara.
Don't be Helen. People look at you and think you have it all. Beauty, grace, and a perfect life. But you know that everything is way more complicated than that. You're strong and loyal to a fault. And even if your attempts at keeping the people you love safe sometimes fail, you'll never stop trying. Everyone needs a Barbara in their lives. So good on you for being that person.
I can think of a lot of things that to describe Barbara, but loyal isn't one of them.
No.
Oh, Andy from the Flash podcast in the chat room here posted the thing for Alfred Pennyworth. You're the badass to end all badasses.
True.
No, really, you can do it all. Cook, clean, answer the door, raise children, shoot people, and look sickeningly attractive all the while. That's not to say you don't have a soft spot, though, and you'll do anything to protect the people you care about. Anyone who underestimates you is doing themselves a huge disservice, and they are probably soon to find out.
Nice.
Yeah, and don't be a Barbara.
Don't be a Barbara.
Okay, back to the news here. And by the way, if you want to take that quiz yourself, we'll have the link in the show notes.
True that.
Legendsofgotham.com. Okay, so character some people might know from the Christopher Nolan Bat films, if you've seen those, if you've heard of those. Have you heard of those, Anne-Marie?
I've heard of them.
Okay, well, there's a character played by one Mr. Morgan Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Batman, here's your tumbler. I'm Morgan Freeman. No, he plays Lucius Fox, who's kind of the guy who, well, in the comics, he's the guy who runs the business end of Wayne Enterprises for Bruce Wayne, and he's off the line. He knows Bruce is Batman, and he knows he's supplying Batman with all of his crime fighting gear and everything. But he doesn't admit it, so for plausible deniability purposes. But they've cast a Lucius Fox on Gotham, which makes total sense, since Lucius Fox, the character is supposed to be a former friend of Thomas Wayne's and everything.
Okay.
But yes, Chris Chalk has been cast as Lucius Fox in Gotham. Have you ever seen him in anything before?
What? Oh, wait. Let's see. Hold on. Wait. Where's his?
Yeah, he was in 12 Years.
Newsroom.
He was in Newsroom?
Hold on. Who was he in Newsroom? I can't even remember.
Yeah, it looks like he was in 12 Years a Slave as well.
I know nothing of that.
But he's been cast as Lucius Fox in the Fox drama series. He will appear in the penultimate episode 21 of the current first season with an option to return in season 2.
I like options.
Yeah, which, again, it makes total sense because, we saw in the last couple episodes, Bobby says he didn't take the quiz and he got he just likes the Mad Hatter. But, we've seen Bruce kind of making moves against the board of Wayne Enterprises, and Lucius Fox hopefully will become an ally, I would hope for him.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Do you remember Morgan Freeman's character from Batman Begins and Dark Knight and everything?
I do actually a little bit, and I can see him because I always sort of connect people with other people who've played that character, and I can support this theory.
Yeah, the one weird thing is going to be trying to seeing Lucius Fox without like gray temples or gray hair, because he always in the comics he always has a little bit of gray, even in flashbacks a lot of the time.
Well, Gordon doesn't have the mustache. I think you can look past the fact that this guy's not grayed out yet.
Maybe that's what happens in the last 5 minutes of the season
last 5
finale.
minutes, a magical
It just,
mustache
like,
grows in this gray.
pops right out of his lip. We can only
so
hope.
wrong.
Okay, well, we have a couple things to discuss here real quick before we get back into some more news. First of all, and this is something that we I think we just got set up before the last episode came out.
Did we?
But,
I
yeah.
thought it was after.
But if you like the podcast, if you like what we do here
Do
on
you
Legends
like
of
our
Gotham,
podcast? I like our podcast.
or if you listen to our other podcast, Greetings from Storybrooke about ABC's Once Upon a Time, or Universe Box, which is a show about everything. We just did
story set to a theme, if you will.
story set to a theme. Yeah, we've done episodes on the Disney Renaissance, Home, Fear,
Cookies.
Nickelodeon, old school Nickelodeon.
And next week is drunk.
Yes, drunk. It should be a good one. But if you want to help support us in our podcasting endeavors, you can do so over at patreon.com/universebox. Now, Patreon, if you don't know, it's a way you can kind of, throw a couple bucks in our hat as we're sitting here busking on the street with our guitars and everything.
This is us busking.
To extend the metaphor to the breaking point. But basically, you pledge a certain amount per month. It can be anywhere from 10 cents a month up to $50 a month or more.
Or more.
And what you can do, you can earn rewards, and we also have exclusive or milestone goals
Yes.
too. Anne-Marie, why don't you tell a little bit about the milestone goals we've already reached? Because we're already at $140.50 per month.
Right.
50 cents per month with 21 patrons.
Okay, we're just going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't actually have it pulled up.
Yeah, but we have
our first one was it No More Ad?
The
No,
first
it was
one
the monthly
was
hangouts.
monthly hangouts.
Monthly hangouts. The second one was that we will no longer have ads outside of our own ads on any of our episodes. So no more of for other businesses. And we are rapidly approaching our next one. Right now, we are at $140.50 a month. Our next goal is $200 a month, which is going to get patron exclusive movie commentaries. The first ones are going to be the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and the Goonies. One at a time. Obviously, we're not going to sit and do a commentary on all three of them, but they're going to be released exclusive to patrons for 6 months before being released as their own podcast. But we're not making them if we don't hit that number. So
yeah, and to be fair, listeners of Legends of Gotham haven't got exposed to these options yet or
that's
anything.
right.
Really, so really, I mean, if Legends of Gotham fans get on there and make their presence known over on the Patreon at patreon.com/universebox, the next one we'll do after those three will definitely be a Batman themed commentary for sure. And we're also going to add some milestones, like at 250. People keep bugging us to watch Lost, so at 250 we'll watch the entire first season of Lost and do a short run podcast on it. So if you're interested in, also there are a lot of rewards. You can get all my books for free. We'll write you a letter. We'll draw you a picture.
We'll do a special podcast just with you.
Yeah, but if you want to check that out and help support us making a great podcast about stories set to a theme, check it out at patreon.com/universebox. And thank you so much to the people who have already supported.
Yes, thank you too. Wait, how many do we got? We've got
21.
21 patrons. That's awesome.
Yeah, 21
really
people
awesome.
out there who think what we do is
Worth something.
worth some cash.
Worth
some cash
like a
flow.
buck.
Definitely.
at
Okay.
least.
And we also want to point out, as we're getting into the last few episodes here, reviews help us out an awful lot. If you could go over to iTunes and leave us a review, or Stitcher Radio, or however you consume the podcast, and leave us a review, it'll help us in the rankings and help bring new people in to listen as we wrap up the first season of Gotham here, which is
Exactly.
amazing that we're already like a month away from
How is this
finishing up the
possible? I
season.
feel like we just were like sitting in the kitchen going, hey, I heard they're going to make a show called Gotham. Let's do a podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's really how it was decided.
14 months ago, I think,
Something like that.
was when that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if you leave a review, what we usually do in this spot in the podcast is we go
We'll
ahead
read 'em.
and read out the review. So if you want to, like we do the rhyming, riddling episode summaries, if you want to do it in that format, sure, do that and we'll read it, or however you want to do it. Even if it's a 1-star review, it'll just help us kind of shore things up as we're wrapping up the season here.
Exactly.
And here, I'm going to skip I was
That
going to
other
say, we do have this frame up here that we're trying to fill up with postcards and letters and drawings and stuff like that. If you want to send something flat in for us to put in our frame, you can get the P.O. box at legendsofgotham.com. Just click on Contact Us. And we also wanted to mention real quick that we have kind of allied ourselves with a few other podcasts that cover DC
Just a
TV
couple of
comic
them.
properties in the form of a ring of podcasts, I guess you can call it, called DC TV Podcast. And you can find this at dctvpodcast.com. And you can also find a DC TV Podcast feed over on iTunes. And basically what it is, it's us, it's Andy and the myriad guest he has over at the Flash podcast.
It's
Rebecca.
Supergirl. Oh, sorry, you're doing people's names. Go ahead.
I was going to say Teresa and Rebecca over at Supergirl Radio, and then the Quiver podcast. I forget the name of the host
Sorry, guys.
at the moment, but it's all together, one feed. You can subscribe to one feed and get all of
Get
your
all-
DC TV podcasting needs filled in that one feed. And like I said, you can check it out at dctvpodcast.com. Or you can just go to iTunes and search for DC TV Podcast with a space in between, and it should pop right up.
Yep, you'll be good.
But I'm glad to finally be able to announce that, too.
I know, because it all happened, again, right as we sort of went on hiatus.
Yeah, so we didn't have a space or time to announce it or anything.
No.
So finally, glad to finally get that out there for you guys, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, next up here, we have a interview with Cameron Monaghan.
Monaghan?
Monaghan?
No, he's not Irish or anything.
No, but the guy who played Jerome, / probably the Joker. He did a really in-depth interview over at Comic Book Resources, which I highly recommend you check out. But something that I thought would be particularly interesting as far as a return, they asked him, did the Gotham producers indicate Jerome would be back? Has that door been left open? And Cameron responds, when I was on set, we discussed the possibility of me coming back in the second or third season. Nothing is set in stone yet. I think the producers have a firm plan for what they want to do, but I was not privy to it while I was filming. I would love to come back and do some more.
Nice.
So that says to me that, they're pretty sure he's going to be the Joker, but they were kind of wanting to gauge reaction before they committed to it.
Right. They want to leave the door open. But I mean, and even if he doesn't end up being, being that person, being the Joker, he still can be somebody else, because he's evil.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor too. I guess I forget what the name, Unashamed or some series he's on with William H. Macy, I guess, is really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like him.
Yeah, he plays like the son of like a alcoholic abusive dad played by Macy.
Oh, nice.
But no, I definitely think that since we still don't have a beat on who the season 2 villain's supposed to be, because we know season 3 is supposed to be Ed. Or at least that's what
But we don't know what season 2 is?
Yeah, we don't know what season 2 is yet, because Corey Michael Smith said in early interviews that the Riddler was going to be season 3.
But if that was early interviews and we now, excuse me,
Yeah,
once
things could've
season
changed.
1 got extended, basically got doubled, that probably moves that storyline to season 2.
Very well could be. Very well could
Depending
be.
on how they flush things out or how long they want to take developing.
Yeah, but I could definitely see, especially if they're like wanting to kind of shore things up so they can get 5 or 6 seasons out of this puppy, doing the Joker for season 2. That would make a lot of sense,
Interesting. See, I think
because I mean, just from our podcast stats, the chatter we saw online after this episode aired, even people who are poo-pooing the idea of doing the Joker, they're still clamoring for the Joker.
They're still clamoring for the Joker, which is why I actually think the opposite would be better. I think keep teasing him in season 2 and maybe even season 3, and then give him a giant whole season. I think just the build up is going to keep it alive, because they have enough good actors and stories and everything to stretch, if you will.
Yeah.
Especially to guarantee you get to the magical 100th episode.
Yeah, and especially they've introduced enough villains already to where they could just go crazy with season 2. Andy in the chat room, I just wanted to mention, said wasn't season 2 for Ed, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm almost 100% certain that Corey Michael Smith said that season 2 was question mark and then season 3 was Ed. Although we are going to be watching some. Yeah. Yeah, I guess season 2 wasn't question mark then. But no, there's definitely going to be some there's some promo stuff that concerning Ed in a couple minutes here that might shed some light on that too as well. And just something kind of funny that I saw, I wanted to point out real quick. We don't even have to commentate on it too much. But David Mazouz, Bruce Wayne on the show, just talks
Mazouz.
about
Sorry.
talks about how they had to, I guess, because he had like really long curly hair, almost like an afro.
Really?
They had to completely like
Oh, yeah.
like short it and straighten it a little bit to get it looking Bruce Wayne-y. So I just thought that was funny that they. I don't know if how old is he? 12, 13, 14?
No, he's like 14, 15.
14, 15. But I don't know if I would have had the patience to sit in a chair to get my hair straightened at that age.
People want to pay you to be Bruce Wayne. You're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, yeah, especially at 14, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, what kid doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne?
I want to be Bruce Wayne, and I'm in my 30s. So
Exactly. I'd be Bruce Wayne.
nice.
So, I mean, it's just such a great thing. Good stuff. Go. Keep going. Keep talking. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
his hair. Sorry, I was trying to pull up some of his older stuff, and he's 13.
13?
Nope, 14. This is an older
Yeah, because
article.
his birthday was just a little bit
February.
ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just now 14, and I mean, he'd sit through that.
Andy asked, why is there a question mark on the wall? We put that up there for the Montoya Allen episode.
And we just leave it there.
The special episode we did with Victoria and Andrew from the actors on Gotham.
You actually can't see it on the stream, but above Rumple's head is Victoria kind of dressed. As
Yeah,
a
you can
question.
kind of see her if I move the camera a little bit,
Yeah.
but I don't want to move that too much because it'll knock
Yeah.
over my microphone. And Scotty says he'd rather be Clark Kent. Agreed. Okay, so we have a couple promos here. Actually, let's put the first one first and the second one second.
Good idea.
Okay, the first one is called Even Good Men Have Secrets. And we're going to go ahead and play this and kind of commentate over it, but we'll show it to you too.
Because we can, because we're don't have ads.
Your father was a good man.
Yes,
Even good men have secrets.
Yeah, it seems there's like a lot of speculation that Thomas Wayne might have had some issues going.
Sorry.
Peter Petrelli making out with Barbara. Looks like
Crazy
Ed
Ed.
probably stabbed somebody, and his hair looked very much like Jim Carrey Ed from Ed Nigma from The Riddler,
Yes.
or from Batman Forever.
You think you
I
know
love
what I'm
that,
capable
this
of,
scene.
but You have no idea.
Yeah, it looks like Jim Gordon might kill Butch or something.
Don't kill Butch.
Well, if Butch has to go out, I hope
Yeah.
Jim Gordon does it. Sorry, I saw Andy said in the chat room that he misses Montoya like crazy. Us
We
too.
all do. Montoya and Allen.
Bring back Montoya. Bring back Renee.
Yeah,
Hashtag
seriously.
bring back Renee. Okay, let's see here. We have, and they released another promo too specifically for the next episode, episode 19, Beast of Prey. So let's go ahead and check that one out right now.
Father was a good man.
Yes.
Even good men have secrets.
Yeah, and a lot more Peter Petrelli in this one. A lot more weird making out with Barbara.
I can deal with it.
Little Bruce Wayne goes into a safe.
You will pay for this.
So it looks like actually the majority of the scenes from that first clip. Oh, hello.
And then we get some stuff with fish on Dollmaker's Island.
You think you know what I'm capable of? You have no idea.
Dollmaker Island.
April 13th.
Yeah, there were just a couple of new clips in there, which is why we wanted to go ahead and share it and stuff. But yeah, exciting stuff. Wait, what did you think overall?
It just looks intense. Like, I mean, that's what, a 30-second clip? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like,
Yeah, the scene with Ed, it seems like he probably reaches his breaking point.
he crosses a line. You know,
Yeah.
it may not be the big line, but he's crossing a line. Maybe it's a cat he kills. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. Killing someone in the street with a knife, probably the line,
But how do you know? But you don't know that he's
but
killing
not
a
the
person
green
in the
tights.
street. He's not quite to the tights.
Not quite yet.
Not quite. But you don't know that it's a person. Did you see a dead body?
I did
I
not.
saw a clean knife.
I can think of somebody it could have been though.
Yeah, I can think
That
of.
cop who was like, "I'm gonna get you with
I'm
my
gonna
riddles
get ya."
at some point."
Right. I'm just saying. I don't know if it's. I don't know if he's necessarily crossed that line.
Yeah, it could totally be a case where they edited it to look like that. Like maybe he's defending himself, and the other cops will come around. Oh, are you okay, Ed? Because someone was attacking you or something.
Right.
But it feels like I think by the end of the season we're gonna see Ed cross that line for sure.
Now we got 4. He killed a bird, says Scotty.
And
I think it's a cat.
we did get to see a little bit of Milo Ventimiglia. I believe I'm saying the name right in that
Milo.
preview there.
Milo.
But Milo, I see. I got the first name wrong and the last name right. That
I
doesn't make
couldn't tell
any
you how to
sense.
pronounce the last name.
But TV Guide went ahead and promoted the first promotional shot of him and Barbara. And Barbara looks good in all of her finery with a glass of champagne, black lace
That's not
gloves.
champagne. That's wine. Different glass.
Ah.
I'll correct you.
Fair enough.
It's cool.
But Peter Petrelli, who's playing the ogre in a couple of episodes, a 2-episode arc.
I'm so excited.
Which I don't think the ogre is I think it's an original villain created for the show, which we'll discuss in a minute because we have the descriptions up here and everything. Yeah, Amory will look that up.
Oh, what was I looking up? I'm sorry. I was fighting with Andy in the chat.
Oh no,
He
it's
said
cool.
that Nathan was the better Petrelli brother, and no.
No, I would disagree as well.
Oh, fight that one.
Although I think us, because we're talking about heroes, Milo's previous show. No, but I think Siler Nathan was one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yes.
When Siler took over as Nathan.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's
veer
get
down,
out of
let's
heroes
not go down that
territory.
path. So what am I looking up?
Just see if the ogre is an actual Batman villain. I think it's a villain created specifically for the show. But he's looking good here. Very slick, very high society and everything. Interested to see where they're going with this. I obviously
I think it's
they're
real.
going with Barbara into the weird makeout room that we saw in the promo.
Weird makeout room.
The weird makeout room.
I think it is actually a comic character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm gonna check too.
I'm
This
trying-
is a segment. If you guys forgot about this show,
This
where
is called. We need to.
we Google
things.
stuff.
He appeared. Ogre and the Ape appeared in Batman number 535. It's a pair of fictional characters from a Batman story arc.
Okay, so I think
Michael Adams is the alter ego.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it sounds like there's been a couple of Batman ogres, but it's not like this guy. It's not like this guy, which let's see here. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and change up the order, and we'll go ahead and read the 2 episode descriptions for his episodes, because that'll probably shed some light on who he is for our listeners out there in podcast land. Okay, so for episode 20, which is the first episode the ogre is featured in, the description is, the ogre targets someone close to Gordon. I wonder who. Bruce and Selena expose a corrupt Wayne Enterprises employee. Enigma comes to Kristen Kringle's defense.
So wait, did you skip episode 19's description? Because he's in that one too.
Oh, is he in that one?
Yes.
Where was episode's 19 description?
Right above episode 20's. I'll read it.
Oh no, I think this was right because this was right. So episode 20 is this one. This is the first part of the ogre story. And then episode 21, the anvil or the hammer, the ogre breaks down Barbara's emotions while Gordon and Bullock go to great lengths to track him down. Meanwhile, Penguin leads a massacre, starting an epic war, while Bruce learns the truth about Wayne Enterprises and Enigma deals with his recent actions.
No, it starts with 19.
I know 19 is the very next episode, but I just pulled the
okay.
descriptions for 20 and 21.
Okay, I thought you were just trying to read.
Do you
all
want to read 19?
I thought you wanted all the ogre stuff, and I was like, he starts this first episode.
Okay, why don't you read 19
All right.
then?
Gordon and Bullock investigate a cold case involving the ogre, a serial killer who targets young women in Gotham City. Meanwhile, Fish plots her escape from the doll maker, and Bruce and Selena confront Reggie and all-time beasts of prey.
Nice. So, one, I'm glad to hear they're looping back around to Reggie.
Yeah.
And 2, I guess that makes it a 3-episode arc.
Yeah,
Now-
I knew it was at least 3. Like, he actually might be in the whole rest of the season. Mm-hmm. I knew it was one of the longer...
I think he did the I'm wrapped, because I watch his Twitter, and I think I saw the I'm wrapped on Gotham tweet before the We're wrapped on Gotham tweet by a couple weeks at least. So
okay.
So he might not be in every episode. But it'll be and Scotty calls it the sucking face for him.
I'm okay with
which
that.
is completely appropriate too. But no, the one thing that's like super interesting to me is this Enigma comes to Kristen Kringle's defense. That makes me think that cop that we saw that challenged Ed's dominance or whatever, maybe tries to attack Kristen or treats her badly or something like that. And, based on the promo, maybe Ed ends up stabbing her. And then the rest of his season is trying to cover up that action.
Oh.
Which would be kind of cool. Do you see anything on here that kind of gets your mind racing?
No, I'm just really excited to have Milo on. I'm sorry. I've been a huge fan since
Gilmore Girls, which John
I'm,
Stevens worked on. So.
Which I'm currently rewatching and going, are we to the Jess episodes yet? Get away, Dean. So
nice.
That just is really exciting because I've loved everything I've seen him in. So really good actor.
Definitely.
He's pretty cute.
Okay, and then we have to wrap it up from gothamsite.com, and again you can get the links to all of these stories at legendsofgotham.com. We have some promo pictures from Beast of Prey, the return episode of Gotham. And first up we have Fish looking out the window like, I can't swim that far.
No, that's exactly what that is. That's I'm on an island.
Well, shoot.
Yep.
What am I going to do now? Okay, and then next up, no, she's smiling now. Fish is happy. And
What
then
color were her eyes?
what color were her eyes? Were they? They were one blue, one brown, which is done with contacts, I'm sure. So it's probably pretty easy.
I know. She looks very healed. That could be like quite a while in the future.
And then let's see here. We have Bullock just being like Bullock sitting at his desk in the GCPD station. And then Jim standing kind of backlit in front of the clock in the GCPD station.
So precious.
And then we have Harvey and Jim.
Belly up to the bar.
Yeah, I believe that's at Penguins. Oswald's.
Not Penguins, Oswald's.
Fishes. Fish Moonies. And then we have Bruce and Selena hanging out in, looks like the Narrows or some sort. Or what was the name of that underground place for kids?
I have no idea.
Looks kind of like that to me.
Really?
A little bit. No, I guess not, because it has the windows. And
it
that
actually
place
looks
didn't have windows.
like, to me, more like the meatpacking place where Oswald and Falcone had their discussion.
Yeah, I could see that. I could also see this being the fence. You remember that fence that Kat brought Bruce to? Like, I could see it being that, too.
Yeah. Lots of things.
So I guess we shall see. But yeah, a lot of spoilers. A lot of spoilers.
So excited.
Any closing thoughts on these spoilers? Anything you want to share?
I'm kind of, and I'm probably alone in my principles on this one, really excited to see what does happen with Barbara because she sort of disappeared. And just as she was kind of getting interesting, it's like, what are you doing, crazy lady? And then, where'd she go again? So
well, it definitely seems like she's back in a big way.
Oh, she's definitely back in a big way. So that's kind of fun.
Hopefully Montoya is too.
I know. I really would like to see Montoya and Allen, but I feel like we'd have gotten at least one promo mention, at least, of them. Aren't we supposed to get Harvey Dent some more this season, or is he only season 2?
He's supposed to be a regular for season 2. Like I have a feeling that they probably dropped him in a few episodes just to keep the actor.
To get the actor.
Yeah, for season 2, because he was on Masters of Sex on Showtime and a couple of other shows.
Wow.
Big parts
Many
and
things
stuff.
I've never heard of.
So they probably had to give him an extra episode or 2 this season just to lock him in. Like I think actually the last episode or the one before that he was in. And that felt like okay, let's drop him in here just to fulfill.
Right. I just thought it would be nice. It might help set up whatever they're going for. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I'm just really excited to have it back. Like, it's one of those things that you get really bogged down when we're busy with a lot of shows and all that. And I'm like, okay, I need somebody to take a hiatus. And now I'm like, I miss Gotham.
Yeah, I miss Gotham a lot too.
I miss Gotham a lot.
We do another fan cast about Once Upon a Time on ABC, and Once Upon a Time's been really good so far this half season, much better than the last half season. But at the same time, like. In some ways, parts of me, I find more interesting stuff to talk about with Gotham. Just because Once Upon a Time has been playing the same themes for 4 seasons now.
Curse Cloud.
Yeah.
Wipe the memories.
Or, heroes versus villains. What's a good person? What's a bad person? Where Gotham is approaching like a lot of new themes and a lot of new territory, a lot of new discussion points.
Right.
And they just started talking about it 8 months ago or whatever.
Right.
So.
Well, you also, again, you have that Once Upon a Time's in their 4th season, and they're based on fairy tales mostly, where Gotham is in their 1st season, so everything's still new and exciting, and it's based on comics where usually a bit more edgy than fairy tales.
Oh, for sure.
Or at least the versions of fairy tales that were using.
I mean, once has its moments. They did just send a baby through a portal and stuff.
Let's not talk about all the babies on Once Upon a Time right now.
That's fair. Okay, well, we're going to come back with just a couple pieces of listener feedback, but first we wanted to share a little piece we did for our new podcast that we built with your help, Universe Box, that, like we mentioned before, story set to a theme. It's basically about everything, and we thought we'd play you a little piece we did about fear, since, it's Gotham,
it's
Scarecrow, all that kind of stuff. So we'll play that, and then we'll be right back to wrap up with some listener feedback. So stay tuned.
I
am afraid. Oh, I am so afraid. The cold, black fear is clutching me tonight. As long ago when they would take the light and leave the little child who would have prayed, frozen and sleepless at the thought of death, my heart that beats too fast will rest too soon. I shall not know if it be night or noon. Yet shall I struggle in the dark for breath? Will no one fight the terror for my sake? The heavy darkness that no dawn will break? How can they leave me in that dark alone? Who loved the joy of light and warmth so much and thrilled with the sense of sound, touch? How can they shut me underneath a stone?
Do not adjust your computer screen. It's your mind we're changing. Stories set to a theme. Think outside.
Universe Box. Yeah, and if that sounded interesting at all to you, you can check out Universe Box at universebox.com, and we have about 10 episodes now.
Yep, so it's exciting.
A lot of fun. Okay, now, as always, when you get done watching the new episode of Gotham next week...
On the 13th.
Yes, on the April 13th, what I need you to do is I need you to draw a rough, hand sketch of Milo Ventimiglia as the ogre. And then look at it, just concentrate on it. Just look at it, stare at it, contemplate on it for about 4 minutes, crumble it up, toss it in the trash can, run to your computer, email us, legendsofgotham@gmail.com, tweet us at Legends of Gotham. Facebook is facebook.com/legendsofgotham, and the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352, and someone did that a little bit late, which is kind of her MO.
That's her style.
Yeah, first voicemail up is Dawn O.R. Take it away, Dawn.
Hi, Dylan and Maria.
Hi.
Hi.
I actually watched Gotham on time this time, but I didn't get to your live show. So here I am calling in. Hi, Dylan and Maria. It's Dawn O.R. How are you? I actually watched Gotham on time this time, but I didn't get to your live show. So here I am calling in. Day late, dollar short. Well, once again, it's sort of my thing now, isn't it? And in fact, I just watched Once Upon a Time, so I'm late on that one too. I'll call in and leave a separate message for that. So this week, you guys have already talked about everything, and by the time you get to this message, some other stuff will have happened that's more important, and none of this will matter. And what do I got? Okay, so Fish Mooney's all dressed in white, and nobody notices that she's had a shower. She's
at the spa.
Of course they think she's changed sides, right? She thinks she's gonna pull that off. She's gonna live it up on the upstairs, and everybody's gonna trust her downstairs. How long is that gonna work? I guess you probably already know because there's been another episode since that call.
Not yet, because I don't think you realized it, Dawn. We were on break.
All right, what else do I want to say? That Alfred and Bruce kind of seem like they're on a different show to me sometimes. I enjoyed the whole thing. I really like the whole thing. I know they're going somewhere with their plot line, but it just really feels like they're having a whole separate thing there. They could be in their own show. What I really liked this week, which for you was last week, was Ed, Enigma. Oh, poor Ed Enigma.
Poor Ed Enigma.
You see the crazy coming on. Same thing with Barbara last week. I hated Barbara at first, but I'm one of those people who loves Barbara now, just because you see the crazy coming on. That's what we want from this show. This is the origin of...
Oh, yeah, because this is Gotham, and everyone needs to be completely, twisted and, off balance and everything.
Yeah, a little bit.
The origin story for these people, and that you see the crazy coming on before it even happens. You're like, oh yeah, that's where that's headed. And that's what's keeping me watching. I love Fish Mooney's new eye, because I was like, oh no, she's not gonna wear an eye patch for the rest of the show. And I know you guys have predicted all along that they're gonna kill her off. And it could still happen, but I hope not, because I like her. She's funky. I guess we got Penguin, who he's the master of getting himself out of jams, so I could see where she might be going down. But I've grown to enjoy her charm and personality, quick wit, and eyeball gouging. And okay, so whatever happened this week I don't know what that was. And I'll probably talk about it on the next show. All right, bye.
Thank you very
love
much,
Dawn
John.
Noir.
Oh, she's great.
Love, love, love.
I love her. If
Good
I
times.
called and left voicemails into podcasts, those would be the kind of voicemails I would leave. For sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, and you want to wrap us up with Michael Lucero's letter here?
Okay, I had a really interesting idea as I was listening to your podcast. I was on the edge of this idea when I recorded the voicemail I sent in, but unfortunately, I didn't think it all the way through. Sorry, I didn't send it in time for the podcast. Guys, you don't have to apologize. Just do better next time.
Yeah, just improve.
Just get better. Here's the idea. We know that Payne shooting Alfred was at the behest of Wayne Enterprises. Didn't he stab him? Anyway. And their conspiracy of corrupt board members, which was a great plot twist. But what I didn't think through until just now was why? Why would they go after Alfred? Payne reported to the board that Alfred was in the hospital, and they didn't seem too displeased by this fact. So it's safe to say that Payne's mission was to incapacitate Alfred, not to kill him. This suggests to me that they want Alfred out of the way temporarily. But why? It made me think that the episode where a band of mercenaries attacked Wayne Manor, we assumed, and most of the characters in the show assumed, that the episode was all about Catgirl. Harvey didn't let her name slip. They found out where she was headed, and the real killer of Thomas and Martha Wayne went after her by sending the mercenaries to the manor. But what if that was just a coincidence? What if they weren't actually after Catgirl, but Bruce himself? Scrolling. We were led to believe this was about Selena, since we just had the episode where Jim and Harvey worked together, letting the fact that the murder had a witness slip. But think about what had also recently happened on the show. Bruce had confronted one of the board members about Wilzine and the Viper drug. He had presented himself as a possible threat to the company, especially since he would eventually be the one in charge. Also, think about what Lovecraft said before he was killed. He was going to tell Jim something, and he had to get something he had got out from Wayne Enterprises stocks as proof. Only his death prevented him from revealing the secret of why he was in hiding, and the only thing we know about it was Wayne Enterprises was involved. I wonder if this means that WE is behind everything in the show.
Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, I realized that after I said it. What if they're a bigger villain than Penguin, Falcone, and Fish altogether? What if they're behind the shooting of the Waynes? Even if not, I suspect they were behind the attack on Wayne Manor, which was not meant to kill Catgirl, but to kidnap Bruce. Why kidnap and not kill? Well, if Bruce's death was their goal, it'd have been easy for Payne to do that while he was a guest at the manor, especially after he'd stabbed Alfred. Clearly, that was not his mission. What do they want with Bruce? Maybe to brainwash him? Maybe they've booked Zaz's services for the near future. Anyway, just a wild, crazy theory. Feel free to discuss in the next episode if you like, or post it on the site as another blog. Take care.
Well, we intended to post it as another blog, and then we forgot about it until today when I was getting this episode.
And you were like, hey, look, there's an article in here. Or a letter.
But I definitely agree with you, Michael. Something I figured we'd go ahead and read this since it's come up so much. Yeah, I think Wayne Enterprises is probably majorly connected to everything going on in Gotham in the so much as that they're attached to the Court of Owls. I'll just read a little bit about the Court of Owls real quick here. The Court of Owls is an organized crime group and secret society in Batman and other DC comics. They have secretly existed since colonial times in Gotham City. The court kidnaps child performers from the circus, only to train and transform them into their assassins, known as Talons. We've seen a circus lately, by the way. It was created by writers Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. No one cares about that. The court's fascination with owls and use of owls as symbols may be in reference to the real-life Bohemian Club and the Bohemian Grove. Grove. The wine's kicking in. Spoiler party.
Spoiler party.
Drink. My glass is empty. The Court of Owls is first mentioned in Batman 1. Okay, no one cares.
Blah, blah, blah.
And I'll just read the little sort of rhyme that they say in their meetings and stuff. Beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth. They watch you in your bed. Speak not a word whispered about them, or they'll send the Talon for your head.
Ooh.
So I have a feeling that Bruce is getting a little too close to Court of
A little
Owls.
too close for comfort.
So there might be a Talon coming for him sooner rather than later, which is very exciting because the Talons, the Talons in the comic, I only read the first half of the Court of Owls story actually, but the Talons they're basically Batman plus plus. They're Batman without any human frailty or emotion. So yeah, pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Pretty dangerous
Well,
overall. But as I said, after you do your sketch of Milo, aka the ogre, next week, after watching Gotham, I need you to run to your computer, email us, legendsofgotham@gmail.com, tweet us at Legends of Gotham. The Facebook is facebook.com/legendsofgotham, and the voicemail number is 424-274-2352. Again, that's 424-274-2352. And apologies, I'm getting the
allergies are killing.
The
The
allergies
pollen
are
count is over 2,000.
kicking in, yeah.
And if
So-
you don't know pollen counts, that's because yours isn't this high.
Yeah, and just to let you know, tomorrow night, Saturday night,
The 4th, April 4th.
Yeah, April 4th at 9 p.m. EST, we're recording a drinking game live for our podcast Universe Box. If you want to check it out at live.universebox.com.
We're going to be doing a live power hour.
Because, I mean,
so-
at this point, we're probably going to be all hopped up on allergy medication.
Allergy
too, so it should be fun.
meds, little alcohol. It'll be a good time for everyone.
So, Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You can find me on the Twitters at DeSimone or on Instagram at CCHCblog.
And as for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Bill Meeks. You can check out the books I write, like this one, Demon's Dare, at dogboyadventures.com. And you can follow all of the podcasts we do at universebox.com. Okay, so I guess that's about it. I guess anything else from the chat room?
Nah, not really. Just talking about the pollen.
Excellent, excellent. So join us next time for more
Legends of Gotham.
Tomorrow, Bobby, I think I'm going to start off with because Bobby in the chat room asked, what are we drinking? Tomorrow, I'm going to start with like a Pabst Tall Boy because I'm not allowed to have much beer. But then I'm going to switch over to red wine like I've been drinking tonight. So, and you've seen what I had after one glass of red wine tonight, or how I'm acting. So,
give me the Amory camera.
Oh, Amory camera. Sorry about that. Here we go.
This is what I'll be drinking. What is it? Magic Hat Single Chair.
Nice.
Because I've got a couple of them. So there we go.
Excellent. Oh, thanks, Andy.
Thank you,
Andy says
Andy.
Great show tonight, and we agree. We thought it was a great show.
We do agree. It was a great show.
I can't believe we made it to an hour.
I know. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a 45-minute episode.
Oh.
There's the music again.
Always, every time with the music.
Yes. All right. Thanks, guys. And
thank you, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
We'll
those
see you
of
tomorrow
you who
if you
come to
can.
drink with us. Bye.
Okay, bye.